Gentlemen, let me start with a truth that may sound shocking but is backed by both history and science. A simple bottle of olive oil, the same one sitting in your kitchen right now, could do more for your performance, your vitality, and your confidence after 50 than many of the expensive pills that flood the market. And no, I'm not talking about swallowing it. I'm talking about applying it directly to very specific areas of your body in a way that begins restoring circulation and energy in as little as 60 seconds. My name is Dr. James, and I am a board-certified urologist with over 30 years of experience helping men reclaim their health. I have spent my career guiding thousands of men through the challenges of aging, from hormone decline to prostate problems to performance issues. I am not here to sell a quick fix. I am here because I have seen what works, and I believe men over 60 deserve honest, safe, and effective solutions that respect both the body and the mind. Here's the paradox. Men in Mediterranean countries, Italy, Spain, Greece, often maintain stronger erections and steadier hormone levels well into their 70s. Yes, diet matters, but there is another practice they have quietly carried on for generations. It is something most American men have never tried, and it changes the way we think about maintaining vitality. Tonight, I want to share with you a ritual that is natural, soothing, and remarkably effective. Applied correctly, olive oil can improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and help restore sexual function in ways medication cannot. And in just a moment, I'll reveal the 5 key areas of the body where this simple oil should be applied for maximum results, beginning with the most important spot almost every man overlooks. Before we get started, if you haven't done so yet, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss another practical health tip designed especially for men over 50. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 and let me know how I can serve you better. Now that you understand why this message is so important, let's dive straight into the first key idea. To truly see why olive oil can make such a difference for men over 60, we must begin with the science behind it, understanding exactly why this simple oil works so powerfully. 1. Why olive oil works. When I first began practicing urology more than 3 decades ago, I never imagined I would be standing here today telling men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond about the extraordinary benefits of something as simple as olive oil. Yet time and experience have taught me that the most powerful solutions are often hidden in plain sight. Olive oil is not only a kitchen staple, it is a natural medicine. What sets it apart from other oils is its ability to penetrate deeply into the skin and underlying tissues. Unlike mineral oils or synthetic creams that just sit on the surface, olive oil contains compounds your body recognizes and welcomes: oleic acid, squalene, and vitamin E. These are not just fancy names, they are building blocks that your cells use to repair damage, reduce inflammation, and open up the blood vessels that carry life-giving circulation to every corner of your body. Think about it this way: every erection, every moment of intimacy, every ounce of energy you feel depends on one thing: healthy blood flow. Without circulation, nothing works as it should. Olive oil, when applied topically, doesn't have to fight its way through your stomach or liver like supplements do. Instead, it delivers its compounds right where they are needed, supporting the very tissues that may have been starved of oxygen and nutrients for years. Add to that the antioxidant power of vitamin E, which helps protect your arteries from the stiffening effects of age, and you begin to see why Mediterranean men have long outperformed their American counterparts when it comes to stamina and vitality. This isn't about magic, and it's not about turning back the clock to 25, it's about using nature's tools to make the most of the years you have now. I have seen patients who, after years of frustration, began this simple ritual and reported not only better function in the bedroom, but also improved sleep, more energy during the day, and even relief from nagging back pain. The body responds when you give it what it needs, and olive oil is one of those rare gifts that provides nourishment, healing, and circulation all in one. Now, knowing why it works is only the beginning. The real secret lies in where you apply it, and the very first area we'll explore is the lower abdomen, a surprisingly powerful gateway to improved blood flow and performance that most men have never thought about. 2. Lower abdomen. The first place I want you to focus on may surprise you. It's not the obvious areas that most men think about when it comes to performance and vitality. It's the lower abdomen, that simple stretch of skin and muscle between your belly button and your pubic bone. I remember one of my patients, a retired firefighter in his late 60s, who came into my office frustrated, convinced that age had taken away the spark he once had. When I showed him how to massage this exact region with warm olive oil, he raised his eyebrows in disbelief. But after just a week, he called to tell me that something had changed. His mornings felt different, his body felt warmer, and for the first time in years, he felt a renewed sense of hope. Why does this spot matter so much? Just beneath it lies a crucial highway of blood vessels, including the internal iliac arteries, which feed the pelvic region and supply blood to the penis. Think of them as hidden roads that carry life and energy where it's needed most. Over time, those vessels become stiff, narrow, and less responsive. By massaging the lower abdomen with olive oil, you are not just rubbing the skin, you are stimulating these vessels, encouraging them to open and improving circulation to the very core of your manhood. The method is simple but effective. Warm a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil in your hands. Cold oil can feel uncomfortable and distract from the purpose. Place your palms on your belly and begin moving them in gentle clockwise circles, starting at the navel and slowly working down toward the pubic bone. Use firm but comfortable pressure, almost like kneading dough. This motion isn't random. It follows the natural flow of digestion and also stimulates the vagus nerve, which plays a surprising role in relaxation and arousal. Do this for 3 to 5 minutes, breathing deeply as you work. The warmth you feel spreading across your pelvis isn't just in your imagination. It's improved blood flow and it's real. Men who practice this regularly often report not only better circulation, but also less abdominal tension and even improvements in digestion. It's a moment of self-care that reconnects you with your body and reminds you that age does not have to mean decline. Every time you do it, you're giving your body the signal to heal, to respond, and to awaken what may have been sleeping for years. And once you've started with the lower abdomen, the next step takes you even closer to the heart of circulation, an area most men never pay attention to, but one that holds a powerful key to restoring energy and performance: the inner thighs. 3. Inner thighs. The next area may feel a little unexpected, but it is one of the most powerful zones for improving blood flow and restoring vitality: the inner thighs. I recall an older gentleman in his early 70s who told me he felt disconnected from his body. He had tried medications, supplements, and even gadgets, but nothing seemed to bring him the natural strength he longed for. When I asked him if he had ever considered massaging his inner thighs, he chuckled and admitted he had never given those muscles a second thought. A few weeks later, he returned to my office with a smile and said, "Doctor, I can't believe what a difference this made. It feels like my whole body is more alive." The reason this area is so important lies in the anatomy. Running through the inner thigh is the femoral artery, one of the largest blood vessels in your entire body. This artery is a direct supplier to your pelvic region. When the muscles around it grow tight, something that happens easily after years of sitting, driving, or simply carrying tension, the flow of blood downstream is restricted. And when blood flow is restricted, performance suffers. By massaging warm olive oil into the inner thighs, you're not just soothing sore muscles, you're opening the gates to stronger, more consistent circulation. Here's how it works best. Warm a tablespoon of olive oil in your hands and begin at the knee. Using long, firm strokes, move upward toward the groin, always in the direction of your core. This upward motion helps push blood and lymphatic fluid back where it belongs, relieving stagnation and encouraging fresh flow. Spend about 2 minutes on each leg, taking time to notice any areas of tenderness or tightness. You might even feel a surprising sensitivity at first, almost ticklish, which is often a sign of poor circulation. With regular practice, that sensitivity fades and is replaced with warmth and ease. Beyond improving circulation, this massage helps release deep muscular tension. Many men carry stress in their thighs without even realizing it. Olive oil's anti-inflammatory compounds reduce irritation in the tissues, while the massage loosens the grip those tight muscles have held for years. It's a powerful combination, simple, natural, and restorative. By giving attention to your inner thighs, you're not just preparing the ground for better performance, you're supporting the entire network of vessels and muscles that make intimacy possible. And as important as this step is, the journey doesn't end here. There is one area often overlooked and sometimes even uncomfortable to talk about that holds an even greater secret to unlocking male vitality: the perineum. 4. Perineum. This next area may feel awkward to mention, but as a urologist, I can assure you it is one of the most important regions for male health and performance: the perineum. This is the small stretch of ground between the scrotum and the anus. Many men ignore it, some feel uncomfortable even acknowledging it, yet hidden in this modest space is the root of your vitality. I remember a patient in his late 60s, a man who had carried himself with quiet dignity but confessed he had lost all confidence in the bedroom. He looked me in the eye and said, "Doctor, I feel like my body betrayed me." When I guided him through the practice of gently massaging the perineum with olive oil, he hesitated at first. But a month later, he came back with tears in his eyes saying, "I never thought something so simple could give me hope again." Why does the perineum matter so much? Anatomically, this area holds the root of the penis, the pathways of major blood vessels, the delicate network of nerves tied to arousal, and close connections to the prostate. If circulation here is poor or the tissue is tense, everything downstream suffers. Years of sitting compress this space, limiting blood flow and dulling sensitivity. Olive oil, with its natural ability to soothe inflammation and stimulate circulation, becomes a gentle but powerful tool to awaken this vital zone. To practice, warm just a teaspoon of olive oil in your hands. Using your fingertips, apply it with small circular motions across the perineum. You don't need to press hard. This is not about force, but about stimulation and relaxation. Spend 1 to 2 minutes here, breathing slowly, allowing your body to release the tension it has been holding. Many men report a subtle warmth spreading through their pelvis, and with time, a new sense of energy they hadn't felt in years. This is your body responding to touch, to circulation, to the gift of attention. It may feel unusual at first, but don't dismiss it. The perineum is the crossroads of male vitality. When cared for, it supports erections, enhances sensitivity, and even benefits prostate health. Ignoring it is like cutting the power to the very foundation of your home. Embrace this practice with patience, and your body will reward you in ways that go beyond intimacy. Now, once you've unlocked the potential of the perineum, the next step might surprise you even more. It's not in the front of the body at all, but rather in the back, an area tied directly to the nerves that control your erections, your arousal, and even the quality of your sleep: the lower back. 5. Lower back. At first glance, the lower back might not seem connected to intimacy or performance, but in reality, it is one of the most critical areas of the body when it comes to male vitality. Over the years, I have seen countless men walk into my office complaining not only of fading energy in the bedroom, but also of chronic back discomfort. What they rarely realize is that these two struggles are often linked together. Deep within the lower back lies the lumbar and sacral plexuses, networks of nerves that carry signals to and from the pelvis, the prostate, and the penis itself. If those nerves are compressed by tight muscles or inflamed tissues, communication is disrupted and the body cannot respond the way it should. I recall one gentleman in his early 70s who had carried heavy loads his entire working life. He told me he had grown used to dull aches in his back, but when his performance began to falter, he felt as though the two were somehow connected. He was right. After showing him how to massage warm olive oil into the muscles along his spine, especially at the base just above the tailbone, he returned weeks later with a brighter look on his face. He told me, "Doctor, my back feels lighter, my sleep has improved, and I feel like a weight has been lifted from me in more ways than one." The method is simple but demands consistency. Warm 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in your hands and reach to the area just above your tailbone. Massage upward for about 6 inches using slow, firm circular motions. If you find tender spots, pause there and give them more attention. This isn't just surface work, it allows the oil's anti-inflammatory compounds to penetrate while your hands release years of built-up tension. 5 minutes of this nightly can reduce pain, improve posture, and most importantly, free up the nerve signals that control sexual function. What's remarkable is that many men notice side benefits they didn't expect. Fewer nighttime bathroom trips, deeper sleep, even a greater sense of relaxation during the day. It becomes more than a ritual for performance. It's a ritual for overall well-being. And once you've experienced how the lower back responds, there is still another area that may surprise you even more. It's as far from the pelvis as you can imagine, yet it holds reflex points that connect directly to your reproductive system and your nervous system. That area is the soles of your feet, and what they can do for your vitality is nothing short of fascinating. 6 feet. The final area may surprise you because it seems so far removed from the pelvis, yet it holds an incredible secret: the soles of your feet. Over the years, I have had patients laugh when I told them to massage their feet with olive oil before bed. One man in his mid-60s, a retired teacher, told me, "Doctor, I came to you for help with my performance, not a spa treatment." But 2 weeks later, he returned smiling from ear to ear, admitting that those few minutes of nightly foot massage had changed not only his intimacy but also his sleep and energy. He said it felt as though his entire body had been reconnected. Why do the feet matter so much? The arches of your feet contain reflex points that are directly linked through your nervous system to the adrenal glands and reproductive organs. When you press and massage these points, you are stimulating signals that travel back to your core, telling your body to relax, restore, and rebalance hormones. At the same time, foot massage activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that slows you down, lowers stress, and prepares you for deep, restorative sleep. And we know that sleep is when most testosterone is produced, which makes this step more important than many men realize. The technique is simple. Warm a teaspoon of olive oil for each foot. Sit comfortably, place your ankle on the opposite knee, and rub the oil into your sole. Use your thumbs to press firmly into the arch in the area just below the ball of the foot. Spend about 3 minutes on each side, paying attention to tender spots. These tender points are signals, areas where your circulation is weak or your nerves are sensitive. By working them gently but consistently, you restore flow and balance. Beyond the science, there is something deeply calming about this ritual. It grounds you at the end of the day, relieves tension from hours of standing or walking, and reminds you that every part of your body is connected. For many of my patients, this step becomes their favorite, not only because it feels good, but because it leaves them sleeping more soundly and waking more energized. And once you have learned to care for your body through these 5 areas, the abdomen, the thighs, the perineum, the lower back, and the feet, the question becomes, how do you bring it all together into a routine that fits your life? The answer lies in a simple nightly practice, a ritual of just 15 to 20 minutes that can change everything. 7. A nightly routine that works. Now that you understand the power of each area, the real transformation happens when you bring them together into one simple nightly routine. Over the years, I've discovered that men who commit to this ritual not only see results faster, but also feel more in control of their health. I remember one man in his late 60s who told me he felt overwhelmed by all the separate instructions. So I walked him through a step-by-step plan he could follow each night before bed. Within a month, he came back and said, "Doctor, this routine has become the best part of my day. It calms me down, helps me sleep, and yes, it has brought back a part of my life I thought was gone forever." Here is how it works. Start with a warm shower. This isn't just about hygiene. It relaxes your muscles, opens your pores, and prepares your skin to absorb the olive oil more deeply. Once you're out of the shower and dried off, warm a small amount of oil in your hands. Begin at your lower abdomen, making slow clockwise circles for 3 to 5 minutes, focusing on your breath and allowing your belly to soften. From there, move down to your inner thighs, massaging upward strokes for 2 minutes on each leg. The pressure should be firm but comfortable, as though you are guiding the blood back toward your pelvis. Next, turn your attention to the perineum using gentle circular motions for 1 to 2 minutes. This step may feel unfamiliar at first, but with time it becomes natural and the difference it makes can be profound. If you can reach or have a partner's help, massage your lower back with 2 tablespoons of oil, giving extra attention to any tender or tight spots for about 5 minutes. Finally, end with your feet. Massage each sole for 3 minutes, pressing into the arch and beneath the ball of the foot until you feel the tension melt away. By the time you finish, your body will feel warm, relaxed, and ready for deep, restorative sleep. This entire process takes only 15 to 20 minutes. Think of it as a gift you give yourself at the end of the day, a small investment of time that pays back in energy, vitality, and confidence. Consistency is the secret. The men who commit to this nightly practice are the ones who see lasting change. And as you begin to practice this ritual, the natural question arises: what results can you realistically expect and how soon will you notice them? The answer may surprise you because the timeline of transformation is often faster and more encouraging than most men imagine. 8. What to expect over time. One of the questions I hear most often from my patients is, "Doctor, how long will it take before I notice a difference?" It's a fair question, and I always answer with both honesty and encouragement. The body is an extraordinary machine, even in our 60s and 70s, and when given the right care, it responds more quickly than most men expect. I recall a gentleman in his mid-60s who came to me after years of feeling discouraged. He had tried medication, he had tried supplements, but he was skeptical about something as simple as olive oil. I encouraged him to give it 30 days and to keep a journal of his sleep, his energy, and his performance. By the end of the first week, he told me his mornings felt different. He woke with more energy and a sense of warmth he hadn't felt in years. The very first night you try this, you may notice better sleep. The massage, combined with the oil's natural soothing properties, calms the nervous system and helps you drift into deeper rest. Within the first week, many men report stronger morning erections, which is one of the clearest signs of improved circulation. Around weeks 2 and 3, changes often become undeniable. Erections grow more reliable, sensation improves, and daily energy levels rise. I've had men tell me they felt as though someone had quietly turned the clock back 10 years. By the second month, the improvements build on each other. Not only is performance better, but many men notice reduced discomfort in their backs or hips, a lighter feeling in their pelvis, and even improved prostate health. At the 6-month mark, the transformation can be remarkable. Men describe not just stronger function in the bedroom, but a renewed sense of vitality in every part of life. More flexibility, deeper sleep, more stamina, and a brighter outlook. Of course, consistency is everything. Just as exercise strengthens muscles only with regular practice, this routine delivers results when you stick with it. Some men give up too quickly, expecting miracles overnight, but those who commit find that the benefits are far greater than they imagined. So yes, the results come in stages and they are worth the wait. And once you begin to notice these changes, you might naturally wonder, is olive oil enough on its own, or can it be enhanced even further with other natural ingredients? The answer is yes, and the combinations can be surprisingly powerful. 9. Enhancing the olive oil routine. Olive oil by itself is powerful, but some men find that blending it with other natural oils makes the results even more profound. Over the years, I have experimented with different combinations and seen firsthand how small additions can bring noticeable improvements. I remember a man in his 70s who had been faithfully using olive oil for several months. He was happy with his progress but asked me, "Doctor, is there any way I can take this to the next level?" That was when I introduced him to the idea of enhancing his blend, and within weeks he reported a new sense of vigor that surprised even him. One of my favorite additions is rosemary essential oil. Rosemary has been studied for its ability to improve circulation and even support testosterone production. Just a few drops mixed into your olive oil can create a subtle warmth and help the arteries stay more open and responsive. Another powerful enhancer is peppermint oil. Its cooling sensation quickly turns into a gentle warmth that stimulates blood flow and awakens the nerves. Many men describe it as adding a spark of energy that lingers long after the massage. Sandalwood oil is another excellent choice. For centuries, it has been linked with male reproductive health, and modern science shows it can help balance hormones and calm the mind. When blended with olive oil, it creates a grounding aroma and a sense of calm that makes the nightly ritual even more restorative. For men struggling with inflammation or prostate issues, adding black seed oil to olive oil can provide extra support. Black seed oil contains compounds shown to reduce swelling and encourage hormone balance, making it a valuable partner in this practice. And then there is castor oil. While thicker than olive oil, it has a unique ability to penetrate deeply into tissues, making it particularly effective for the lower abdomen and lower back. Mixing equal parts castor and olive oil creates a blend that many men find especially helpful for releasing long-held tension and restoring mobility. The key is not to overwhelm the senses with too many oils at once. Start simple, experiment with one addition, and notice how your body responds. Over time, you may discover a blend that feels like it was made just for you. But even with enhancements, the physical results are only part of the story. There is something deeper that happens when a man begins to care for himself in this way. Something that touches not just his body, but also his mind and his spirit. That is where the real transformation lies, and that is what we will explore next. 10. Beyond performance, the mental and emotional impact. When men first begin this olive oil practice, most of them are focused on one goal: improving their performance. And yes, that is a powerful motivation. But what often surprises them, and what has surprised me again and again in my years as a physician, is that the benefits reach far beyond the bedroom. I have had men tell me that for the first time in years, they feel calmer, more centered, even happier. One patient, a widower in his late 60s, confided that after starting this nightly routine, he not only felt stronger physically, but also began sleeping peacefully, waking with more optimism for the day ahead. He said, "Doctor, it feels like I've found a piece of myself I thought was gone." There is something profoundly healing about taking 15 to 20 minutes each evening to care for your own body. For decades, many men have been providers, workers, and problem solvers, often putting themselves last. This ritual is different. It is a moment of self-respect, a daily reminder that your body deserves attention and kindness. As the oil softens your skin and the massage releases tension, you are also sending a message to your mind. You are worthy of care, you are not finished, and there is still vitality within you waiting to be awakened. The mental impact often shows up in unexpected ways. Anxiety begins to fade, mood improves. Relationships with partners take on new warmth, not only because of improved intimacy, but because of the renewed confidence and presence that grows from within. Men tell me they feel lighter, more patient, more willing to laugh again. These are not small victories. They are the essence of living fully. And perhaps most importantly, this practice changes the way men see themselves. Instead of feeling like time is stealing away their strength, they realize they still have the power to take action, to influence their health, and to restore what matters most. That shift in perspective is priceless because it turns aging from something to fear into something to embrace with dignity and energy. So yes, this is about performance, but it is also about much more. It is about confidence, peace of mind, and the simple joy of feeling alive in your own skin. And now that you've walked through each step of this practice, the only question left is how to bring everything together into a clear conclusion, a final message to carry with you as you begin this journey for yourself. Conclusion. As we reach the end of this journey together, I want you to pause for a moment and think about what we've covered. We began by asking a simple but surprising question. Could something as ordinary as olive oil hold the key to restoring vitality, performance, and confidence for men over 50? Step by step, we explored how this natural oil, when applied with intention, has the power to improve circulation, calm inflammation, awaken nerves, and restore function in ways that modern medicine too often overlooks. From the lower abdomen to the thighs, from the perineum to the back, and even the feet, We've uncovered how each area of the body responds when given attention and care. We've built a nightly routine that takes only a few minutes but can set the stage for lasting change. We've looked at what to expect over time, the way small improvements build into transformation, and how simple enhancements can make the practice even more effective. And perhaps most importantly, we've talked about how this ritual is not only about performance, but about the way you feel as a man. Your confidence, your peace of mind, and your ability to embrace life fully at any age. Over the years, I have sat across from countless men who believed their best days were behind them. Some came to me frustrated, some embarrassed, some almost ready to give up. And yet, when they tried this practice, many rediscovered a sense of hope and vitality they thought was lost forever. That is why I share this with you now. Not as a miracle cure, not as a quick fix, but as a simple, consistent way to honor your body and reclaim your strength. I want you to remember this: aging does not mean decline. Aging means wisdom, experience, and resilience, and with the right tools, you can carry vitality into every chapter of your life. Olive oil may seem like a humble remedy, but in the hands of a man who is ready to care for himself, it becomes a symbol of possibility. So tonight, when the day is done and the house is quiet, take a few minutes for yourself. Warm the oil, follow the steps, and let your body remember what it is capable of. Do it for your health. Do it for your confidence. Do it for the man you still are. Because you are not finished, not by a long shot. Your story is still being written, and it can be stronger, brighter, and more alive than you ever imagined.